Hi Virgo, this is Morgan with Compass Rose Astrology. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is our January 2023 astrological and kind of tarot reading. We're going to go through all the aspects that you're going to be experiencing this month, and we're going to kind of relate them to a tarot reading for you too, to see if some of these energies are kind of coming up for you in certain ways. What I'm seeing here is that you are having a ton of energy happening in this fifth house because it's the house of Capricorn. It's where the Sun, Mercury, and Pluto are this month. Mercury is retrograde, and it's going to be going direct, and it's going to be hitting a trine with Uranus and Taurus several times. So the fifth house and the ninth house especially are going to be very activated. And then we also have Mars in the 10th house that is also stationing direct this month. And so I think that's going to also kind of like amplify your 10th house activities, which is kind of like career, public persona, things like that. And the fifth house is about creativity, it's about children, it's about pleasure, things that you love to do, things that you desire. And the ninth house is about kind of education, higher education. It could be religion, spiritual beliefs. It could be about publishing. So maybe if you're publishing anything this month, this might be kind of an active month for you. Well, let's start off. I'm going to cleanse the space for you. I have this really pretty kind of rose sage bundle and this cleansing candle that I made specifically to bring in kind of good intentions and clarity during these readings. So I just want to say thank you to Spirit for providing clear messages for Virgo that allow them to move forward with clarity and intention, and just bringing in good, happy, positive, compassionate messages that will be the most helpful for Virgo. Great. So I am using the Heaven and Earth Tarot. And then I also have the Winterseer Animal Companion Oracle deck that we're going to be pulling from at the end just to get some clarity. So let's just jump right in. Thank you very much, Spirit. If we have any messages for Virgo for this month of any energies, any experiences, what Virgo is feeling this month. Wow, right off the bat. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Wow, lots of fire happening. So I'm wondering if you are having a lot of activity. Because, let's see, because Jupiter also went into Aries. So I wonder if you're having a ton of activity between the 10th and the 8th house, which also is the house of kind of like debt or your partner's money. It could be inheritance, like things, it could be even karmically what you inherit from your family. It could be kind of like some ways of coping. It could be some kind of good, happy memories, stuff like that. And so what we're seeing here is we have the 10 of Swords followed by the 10 of Wands, followed by the 5 of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles, which is really, really wonderful. So I'm seeing an ending and a new beginning, and so I'm wondering if this is, because it's all fire energy here, so I really do think it's happening between your 10th and your 8th house. So what I'm seeing is that you have this feeling of being completely overburdened, Virgo. I think you're really trying to do everything, and this might be something that you've always done your entire life. And honestly, I think right now it's actually causing some kind of friction in your life. And it's not necessarily bad. The 5 of Swords, I would say, is a lot more kind of conflict and aggressive kind of based. I think that the 5 of Wands is a little more just kind of like uncomfortable situations, and sometimes it could even lead to good things. Honestly, that's what I pick up mostly when I read this card, and that's what I'm getting here as well, because we have the Ace of Pentacles following it, which is all new opportunities. It's a new approach, new foundation. So maybe whatever kind of oppression you've been feeling and that you've carried with you for a really long time, maybe some ideals that you had in your family, you're finally kind of putting them to rest, and it's kind of causing some strife for you. It's causing a little bit of problems, but it's really going to allow a new opportunity, a new kind of phase to grow for you. And especially, we see this in the Ace of Pentacles card. You can see in the back that we have this arch, and it just walks off. The pathway goes towards the mountains, which means there are bigger and better kind of summits ahead. And it's clear. It's a clear path for you, and there's a way forward, and it will bring happiness and stability and kind of a better foundation for you, that maybe the things that you have kind of held from kind of other influences in your life, those were kind of a little more oppressive, especially because the word out this card is oppression. And you know what I'm seeing? So this is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn's in your 6th house. So I'm wondering if it's actually made you feel like physically ill, and made you kind of sick leading up to now. If so, make sure you take that break, Virgo, because, you know, even if it's a mental battle or a mental kind of karmic load, it will affect your physical health. So, okay, so Ace of Cups. All right, let's think about that. Let's get 2 more cards for Virgo. What about this Ace of Cups? Okay. It's funny because I actually saw the Hangman while I was shuffling before the reading. So I should have known that was coming up for you. It's a good card. It's an important card. It's in the Major Arcana. Okay, one more for Virgo, please, Spirit. Thank you very much. Appreciate your guidance. Okay, we don't want all of these cards. We have one, please. Okay, this one wanted to come out. So we have the 7. Okay, 7 of Wands. Lots of energy here. So I don't typically read reversals. I feel like I can get enough information from the cards without doing reversals, especially with this deck. So we do have the Ace of Cups, which is complete. So I love that you have 2 aces here. So I think once you kind of like put these boundaries behind you and move forward into this new kind of like family foundation maybe, or trying to create something new for yourself, it's going to be a lot more fulfilling, and it's going to lead you kind of towards a new kind of maybe a birth of something creative, something maybe a new point of view, a new perspective that allows a lot more abundance and kind of emotional support for you. But I feel like you're really like kind of not sure how to proceed with the Hangman, because it is causing a lot of conflict. Maybe it's more within yourself, but I do like you are going to be victorious here, especially with this card. So it will cause maybe some conflict with other people, having to make these new paths, make this new kind of way forward, this new family kind of bonding basically is what I'm seeing, because it's like a karmic path. It could be even if it is related to an inheritance, could be that maybe you've like carried the burden of your family for a very long time and you're finally kind of getting that monetary reward. And that, you know, not saying that money will buy you happiness, but it'll provide kind of the emotional support and a form of love from the person that you inherited it from. but it makes you feel possibly unsure about how to move forward. But you will be victorious. It's kind of a hard path to walk sometimes when you're not sure how to proceed, but with the pathway on the Ace of Pentacles, I think that it's clear for you. It's there. The path is there. It's just maybe a little hard for you to want to follow. Yeah. Okay. Queen of Wands. Look at you coming into your power. That's awesome. Look at you. Oh my gosh. This is great. Okay. One more card for Virgo. This is a super empowering reading. I really like it. Even though some things are a little difficult sometimes. Oh my gosh. Love it. Okay. So we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Magician, which is a great major arcana. So you're going to be basically going from the Hanged Man to the Magician. Like, you kind of like wondering, what do I do? Just kind of waiting around, unsure, kind of still stuck, because the Hanged Man also is about the card of kind of being stuck in things that aren't good for you. And so I'm thinking that you know that you're stuck with this burden, this terrible energy that's like really ready to be done. It's done. That's the end of the cycle. You know it. It's just hard to kind of like get out there and make these new waves, especially when it's brand new. It's kind of vulnerable. It feels risky, right? But we have the Queen of Wands here. You're sitting pretty. You're protected. The Panther in this card often to me means like protection. We also have the Panther kind of like as an angel above the Queen, and you are protected. Like, this is a path forward that can take without fear. This is a success card, definitely. The two royal cards for the Wands are definitely about success, and you have everything that you need to move forward, even though you're not sure about it. Or maybe you are sure, and you just are waiting for that perfect moment, honestly. And I think that moment's going to come in, especially with the Princess of Cups, which is typically the Page of Cups. And since she came in upright, sometimes I do like to read these reversed, because they, I know that's completely going against what I said about the Ace of Cups, but like the Page of Cups can also like really indicate high emotional situations. And I think this is a really steady, good, kind of consistent feeling of emotional support, and that you're going to have, and you're going to be a compassionate person. This isn't a situation in which you're just leaving people behind or leaving things behind. This is more about just kind of blazing a new path. And this is wonderful. Oh my gosh, this is so good, Virgo. Love it. All right, let's see what Oracle has to say for you. 1 or 2 cards, please, Oracle. I've been spitting out so many cards for me recently. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we got the Duck to navigate. And I'm going to read from this little booklet because it's really cool. The author incorporates Norse and Celtic mythology, which is kind of what my ancestry is. So I really like the stories that she provides. So yeah, let's just jump right into that. So the keywords for Duck are navigate, adapt, good fortune, resilience, and flexibility. Ducks are generally considered good-natured and are associated with luck and favorable fortune. What do we say, right? So the duck is sacred to many water goddesses. For example, ducks are, wow, and how many like water cups did you get as well? So cup cards, there we go. Ducks are associated with the Gaulish goddess Sequana, the deity who inhabits the river Seine. Gifts left by pilgrims for the goddess are often in the form of a duck. In many folkloric traditions, it is taboo to kill a duck at night, as the souls of those who die far from home often travel at night in the guise of a duck. It was thought that if you kill a traveling spirit when it is in the form of a duck, the person's ghost will be stuck in the mortal realm forever. The duck is an emblem that sometimes represents the sun due to its ability to both swim and fly, thus the union of sky and water. In a reading Ducks are amazing creatures that can dive, swim, float, walk, and fly. They thrive in cold, rainy climates and are able to migrate great distances when needed. They evade potential predators by taking to the air or water as the situation demands. Their adaptability is an attribute that can apply to their lives in myriad ways. If you find yourself at a dead end or in a situation that seems to have no resolution, try changing elements completely. Go in a new direction altogether. Stop treading water and use your wings. That's so good. Another aspect of the duck is its enviable ability to be unaffected by the elements. The familiar aphorism, like water off a duck's back, holds some applicable wisdom. Don't let criticism, rudeness, or the pettiness of others sink in too deeply. I wonder if that's what you're carrying over here in your 10 of Wands, Virgo. People's opinions and actions say far more about them than about you. If you take every piece of criticism to heart, you'll end up paralyzed with self-doubt and insecurity. Channel the duck's resilience and adaptability, try new things, step out of your comfortable routines, and navigate new waters. Love that for you, Virgo. That's so good. I hope that this reading kind of resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments if there's any stories or anything that you want to share that might apply to the astrology in the tarot reading. And I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.